Alright, what's good everyone? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the silicone gray case from Samsung. So let's get into it. So right off the bat, just talking about the comparison on how this feels between the different Samsung cases. So I've had the S Pen cases, I've had the clear slim Samsung case as well. And all those cases, they are very slim compared to last year's cases for the Z Fold 5 and even previous models, and they honestly didn't feel bad, like in terms of holding them in the hand and stuff like that. The feel, the finish, it was all decent. However, there was the issue of the left piece of the frame on the front moving and not sticking well, and also the S Pen case, it seems to move and it doesn't necessarily fit as well as you would hope. So there is that to note. But with this case, it feels pretty clean, it feels pretty flush to the device, and it is definitely a slimmer case. I honestly was surprised because normally I don't go for these kind of cases because I don't like the stuff at the back, but it's really not that bad. It feels more like integrated into the case, more seamless. And the strap is actually not bad at all. Like, it's definitely good for holding onto the device, and it just makes it a little bit easier if that's something you're into. The kickstand is pretty good. It works in two different orientations, so you can have it up or you can have it on the side, and that's basically it. You can't really change the angle of it because it's just set in one position, so you're always going to have like a slightly slanted view. But yeah, it's a pretty decent kickstand. It does feel a little bit cheap and flimsy, but this is not a long-term review, so I can't tell you how long it'll last or if it will break or anything like that. But you should be good if you don't do anything too crazy and press down on it. But yeah, overall, this case, the quality is decent and it feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. The front part of the case does have high ridges around the bezel, so it's definitely not as easy to use your gestures compared to like not having a case on. And I think it's just as bad as the S Pen case and the slim case from Samsung, so it's not really an improvement in those areas. But yeah, this case is decent, and I think it is a good balance between, you know, utility but also still keeping the form factor kind of slim. And the feel and the finish are also maintained and pretty decent on this case. So now let's get into like actually testing it out. So I did a couple tests in this video with this case. The first test is the wobble test, and I compared it against the S Pen case. And as you can see, when the phone is opened up, the silicone case does not really wobble at all. It's more balanced than the S Pen case. But then, of course, when you close it, it has a slight wobble when you're touching the phone on the table. Personally, this is not something that I care about that much. The S Pen case is a little bit better in this area, but I know a lot of people care about this, so there's that. And then the next test we have is the pocket test. So putting this case in your pocket is not bad at all, and I feel like because of how slim it is and how it maintains the form factor of the phone, it's really decent. And the fact that you have the little grip, it might be a little bit easier, I don't know. But the pocket test is good. This case passes that. And it doesn't really like stand out in your pocket too much compared to other cases. Honestly, it might even be a little bit slimmer than the S Pen case because it doesn't have the big bump of the S Pen. It's not going to be that much slimmer, but yeah. Alright, so now the next test is going to be wireless charging. All the other Samsung cases so far have worked with wirelessly charging, and the good news is that continues with this case. So putting your phone on a wireless charger with this case should work, and I counted it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The phone was able to charge for 10 seconds on my wireless charger, and the reason why I do 10 seconds is because I feel like after 10 seconds is when you kind of know that wireless charging is just not going to work with the case or whatever you're using. And yeah, so it works, and you might have a different experience depending on what wireless charger you're using and stuff like that, but it does work. It works in my Tesla as well, and there's no issues with that. So overall, this is just a pretty good case. And if you can get over the front part moving around and the adhesives not sticking as well as you wish they would, then it's a decent case. But for the full price, it's pretty disgusting, I'm not gonna lie. $120 for this case in Canada is pretty absurd because you already know that it cost them like 10 bucks to make this case. So I would not buy this case full price. If you're getting the phone right now and you can get it, 50% off, then that's the best option. Do that or try to buy it secondhand. But full price, $120 for this case is really insane to me. You can definitely look in other areas. Like, I have a video on some other cases for a cheaper price. They might not be exactly like this case, but you got some other options where you don't have to pay $120 for a kickstand case or a grip case. But overall, like I said, it's a decent case. It's just a little bit overpriced at full price. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and what case you are rocking with your Z Fold 6, and if you are interested in this case or not. So yeah, that's all for now. We out. Peace.